Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Board Games with me, Evil Dr. Ganymede. And today I am going to be showing you around Captain C by Legion Wargames. This is a tactical Age of Sail ship-to-ship combat game. I've set it up here on Tabletop Simulator. This mod is officially available. It's released with the blessings of Randy at Legion Wargames, so thanks Randy. You'll be able to find it by searching for Captain C in the Tabletop Simulator workshop, and it should be the only Captain C mod there. What I am going to do today is just give you a brief rundown of what's here. So first, this is the Captain C mod that I made. It has everything from the base game or the physical game in it. There's a few things that are streamlined for the online version. The ship cards are all in multi-state cards. They are arranged in order of DC, which is damage capacity. So you can see this is the constellation, it's number 5 out of 6, as you can see on the little tooltip. That means that all the other ships that are 1, 2, 3 and 4 have a higher DC than the constellation does, and there's another ship that's got a smaller DC that comes after it in the list. Similarly, we've got the French ships. There's only 2 of these. There's L'Insurgente, if I pronounce that correctly. We've got this one, and we've got La Vengeance, which is on the other side. La Vengeance is, I believe, a bigger ship, so that would be number 1 out of 2. And you just change the states by going up to the state menu in here and picking the one you want. If ships have got the same DC, they'll be listed in alphabetical order. In here you will find the British ship, and again this is one card with multiple states on it. That's got all the British ships on it, and here's the British ship counter as well. The French and the American ones are currently out on the board over here. The other thing that is different about this is that I have actually incorporated all of the known errata and corrections into the game already. The cards, for example, they're going to have the correct text on them. Like this one, for example, Slipping Through the Waves. The physical card actually says +1 to the hull type bonus, which is incorrect. It should be a +2, so I have actually changed that here. There are some other cards, like any reference to crew status that is on the cards is now correctly referring to crew morale. And the other big change here, I think, is that we've got the Grape Shot card, which I'm just going to bring out here. This has changed completely because the original card made no sense in the current version of the game. This has now been officially corrected in the errata, and this is now saying that you discard this card prior to resolving the attack to convert up to 2 riggings into crew hits. That is now the new Grape Shot card. That applies to the physical game as well, but of course you can't really easily edit the cards in the physical game to correct that. So this is kind of almost the ultimate version of the game, because everything that can be fixed has been fixed that is on the board, like a board component, cards, player aids, etc. There's still a few things in the rules that have errata, but you can actually refer to the errata document for that. Up here in the top right corner is my clarifications document as well. So these aren't really errata, they're just things that I had trouble following in the rules and thought it would be nice to have just something saying this is what this actually means. I've just got everything listed by whatever rule section it belongs to, and you can use this alongside preferably the living rules document, which you can get off the Legion website or on the BGG file section for the game. But you can use these together, and between them you'll be able to hopefully figure out what everything means. My main issue with this game is the rules were not very clear in a lot of places, and it wasn't helped by the components like the cards and so on being incorrect in some places as well. But I have tidied that all up now after asking lots of questions on BGG. All of the things that I was confused about or didn't find clear, I've now clarified in this document. And you can get this from the file section of BGG as well. And it's got a whole list of card clarifications as well, Most of these have already been incorporated into the cards in this online version. These are the 1.1 player aids that are also available online in the BGG file section. These correct the physical ones that come with the game. That's what all the red text is. Definitely use these in your physical game as well. You may notice I have put the control panel over here. It's not part of the main board anymore. I just thought it would save a bit of space if we could rearrange things. So we've got 2 players. The hand areas are here. 1 player is on the left, 1 player is on the right. 1 player has all their player aids and control panels on their side. The other player has theirs on their side. The status track is its own thing on the right here. That's where you put all your hits and initiative and so on. But the impulse track is still attached to the board. Got all the ammunition for the cannons here. You can Alt-Shift see what the flip side is without actually turning them over. So I'm pressing Alt-Shift while moving my mouse over these, and you can see what is on the underside of those counters, so you don't have to show your opponent. There are a few things that are slightly awkward here. The blocks, for example, down here. These, as far as I know, only can be rotated around the y-axis, I guess that is. So if you want to say that you are doing a pink 3 maneuver, for example, I would put the block like this on your control panel, and then you can just reveal it to your opponent by rotating it around, or you can just tell them to come and have a look, and they can put their mouse over it and press Alt and they'll see the number on it. So I think that's the easiest way to do it. We've got infinite smoke counters and infinite point assigned counters for when you're putting your crew out. You can just delete the counters once they're done because they're from an infinite bag. Smoke just got the numbers 1 and 2 on it. They don't have those numbers in parentheses that the physical game has because those don't actually mean anything. So I just got rid of them here. So here's where all the smoke is. Smoke 1 and smoke 2 are on opposite sides of the counter. This is points assigned, and here are all your blocks, and here are all the rest of the counters that you'll need. The British ships, all their stuff is in the red bags over here, so you'll need to set that up if you use the British ships. And then we've got the updated player aids. I've added my own thing here. It's in microscopic text because I had to fit it all in, but if you zoom right in, you'll see that this player aid has a couple of extra bits on it that just cover the firing procedure, because I kept looking that up in the rules all the time and figured it would be a lot nicer to just have it out on the board. And we've got the initiative and straining procedures up here as well. We've got dice up here if you want them. Personally, I don't use dice. I use my own little dice rolling thing down here, which you just press the button and you'll see a number pop up in the chat window there. That's the roll. Now unfortunately this game does involve a lot of dice rolling. Fortunately the dice roller, as you can see with the 2d6, it shows you what both the die rolls are. The last one here is a 6 and a 2. So if you need to roll 8 dice, for example, you could just press this 4 times and you'll see that you've got a 3, a 5, a 1, a 1, a 2, a 6, a 2 and a 3. Or you can roll a 1d6 8 times if you want. The unfortunate thing is that at the moment I can't figure out how to make these roll in a specific colour. The die roll is always going to come out as white, so you really have to just keep track of who is actually rolling which number. You could mark it out by just typing in the chat window player 1 and roll a few dice here, and then just type P2 and then roll a few dice, and then you'll be able to clearly show which dice is which, but that's up to you. Everything else should make sense if you know how to play the game and are a little bit familiar with Tabletop Simulator and how to use it. So that's that for going over the mod. So next time I'll take you through how the game works. So we'll do at least one turn, and hopefully that'll involve movement and combat, and I'll be able to show you how those work and explain some of the concepts in that. So thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Ta-ta!